You know, there's really no getting around identity politics. Because, what the fuck, bitch? What the fuck? Stay in your fucking drive-thru lane, bitch. On her fucking phone. Old bitch on her phone. It's okay. They're all on their phones. That's why we have a flip phone. So we're not a stupid American. I know, I'm such a bitch. I'm a bitch for practicing what I preach and being a little bit mean-spirited about it. I know. I need to work on that. I need to work on not being hostile towards the rest of the country all because they have a smartphone. But anyway, yeah, so identity politics, back to that. Well, since that smartphone is everybody's identity now, that's why they call it an iPhone, okay? You identify with your phone more than you identify as a human. Well, it's like I could always do that. You know, like if somebody behaves in a way that I don't like, which you just witnessed, I can always be like, oh, well, it's because of the phones, you know? So it's back to that identity. Listen, I'll stay this for a brief second, okay? I gotta get my shoes. We still haven't taken out the CD. It's just so good. Why would you want to? If you have this in your possession, why would you not want it in your possession? You know? Anyway. Yeah, so something I've noticed just working in the restaurant industry is that, you know, like, this is an industry of talking shit, okay? Like, that's probably why I work here. It's probably why I've worked here for so long, because, yeah, you kind of are given the leeway to do that, because you see example after example after example of, like, you know, bad decisions in this country, all right? And I'm not just talking about health. Like physical health. So, you know, since I mentioned the phones already, you know, most of the people that you see in public are just all the time, okay? And that can't possibly be good for their mental health, their psychological and spiritual health, to say the least. But yeah, I see that all the time. And, yeah, like, when people behave right, when people are nice, I don't care that they have a phone. I'm real quick to forgive them for that. And I really don't care that much about, you know, people being fat or whatever. I mean, I obviously it's not good, but that's not really the hill that I'm willing to die on. Mainly because I've always been skinny, and it's really none of my business, like, what other people put in their bodies. But it is, like, it does affect me, though, and this is the problem with this whole, like, you know, libertarian laissez-faire attitude of anything goes, people can do whatever they want. Well, it's an example, though. If you live your life as an example, which most people don't, because if they did, we'd all kill ourselves, wouldn't we? Well, it's like, if you look at other people, I mean, all you have to do is just go to a fast food restaurant to prove me right, okay? That you don't see many good examples of, like, you know, people doing what they should do for themselves. And if there are very few of those good examples, then our society is going to completely crumble. Because unfortunately people do need leaders. And like the more I think about it, I'm like, the world that I want is not possible without, you know, revolutionary kind of activity. Because it's definitely not possible with, you know, some populist attitude. Because if you leave it to the majority to like figure things out, they're still going to be on their phones shitting themselves. Okay, so there's no point. But anyway, I was just thinking about how identity does matter and how it's just kind of silly for me to try to discount that because, you know, I really don't care about it. I'm not going to like obsess about it or anything, but it's still something that's important because whenever you get angry, and you know we get angry sometimes, yeah, that's like the first thing that you go for. That's the first hit that you take at somebody. You bitch about their physical appearance. You bitch about the fact that they're fat. You bitch about the fact that they have a you know, giant hole in their mouth, you know? You bitch about their outfit. You bitch about how old they look. You bitch about, I don't know, whatever you bitch about, right? Well, ooh, I like this weather. It's so beautiful. Autumn is next week. Isn't that exciting? You don't have to be excited. I'm excited enough for the both of us. Okay? But yeah, I've seen it happen so many times. And not just at this restaurant, but literally every restaurant I've ever worked. Whenever people have an issue with somebody, they always make it about their identity. Because that's easier to do. Now, does that show character? No, not at all. It's a very emotionally immature tactic. But I mean, I exhibit it myself. I just catch myself in the act. But basically, the reason I brought that up is I've been asking myself the question a lot lately. How can I use all of these things to my advantage? You know? Because that's what I've done with my whole mental illness. I've turned it into a mental fun house. And if you haven't seen my house, you need to watch those videos because we really do live a fascinating life. Anyway, I probably should get out of here since I have to be at work and all. But that's something I'm going to bring up in future videos, just like, you know. How can we use these parts of ourselves that aren't going to go away in a positive way? Because the elite have figured out how to manipulate us with this. Our need to fit in, our need to be loved, our need to be understood. Meow. That was Krista. But it's like, if they can do that, if they can manipulate us based off of our psychological makeup, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm an emotional genius, y'all. I don't know if you know that, but I'm gonna figure out a way to turn this around.